Hello everyone, Storm Woman here. Today we'll be talking about, we're expecting to see a tropical storm to develop in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to be named Barry, B-A-R-R-Y. So we're going to get started looking at satellite here. It's kind of hard to see, really. We got pretty good thunderstorms on the north side of this. If I'm correct, the low is probably somewhere in here. That's where I'm guessing. It's where the low is. It could be a little bit further north. Who knows? But that is the look of satellite right now. It's somewhere in Florida, in the Florida Panhandle, or it's already in the Gulf of Mexico here. You know what? Forgot to pull up the Hurricane Center outlook. Go on ahead and do that. So here, yep, it is over the Gulf at this time, and you cannot see it. Well, they got a large paragraph, don't they? So it's right now got a 70% chance in the next 48 hours. Seems like it's moving a little bit quicker here. That was 2 o'clock earlier. That is 4 hours ago. The time I'm making this video. It's got a 70% chance in the next 48 hours and 80% in the next 5 days or so. We're expecting this thing to track in the Gulf of Mexico. The question is, where is it going to hit at? I think we're going to have a little bit of an agreement here. We're going to take a look into models first. We'll take a look at 3 different models, probably the top 3 best ones here. The Euro is a little bit behind. The low is over Tallahassee, but it's actually right over in here where my mouse is. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and get a day from now. Let's go to 6 here. Here's your low, and right now it's in a pretty good environment. We got no shear. Water temperatures are very warm. We talk about temperatures between 29 to 33 degrees Celsius in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see at this point here, this is a tropical storm, 36 miles an hour at its top. This is just in gusts here. Let's go to early Thursday morning. It's now becoming into a tropical storm. At that point, Thursday evening, winds are gusting up to 56. Let's go to 2 o'clock. Starts to hit near New Orleans there. 68 miles an hour. I think that is still tropical storm status. It's actually a pretty strong side of it. Starting to see some darker purple show up. I think at this point this is hurricane status, a category 1. Let's go to 12 p.m. on Saturday. Look at this. Look at New Orleans. Could see winds gusting up to 93 miles an hour. Wow, 101 just off the coast. Very strong winds there. Let's go to 8 p.m. and enters land by Saturday this weekend. Just what the Euro suggestion is. If we continue up north, here's 2 o'clock. If y'all remember, the European model had it hit towards Houston and end up into the plains. Now it's pushed up a little bit to the east. Now, here's 4 a.m. on Monday. Starts to be at Little Rock as a tropical storm. Actually, yeah, it is a tropical storm. Let's go to 6 p.m. and it starts to die down some at Memphis because the wind's gusting up to 45. Now, I don't know if I'm buying this or not here. As you can see here, then it becomes a low here. Winds could be gusting up to 45. You know what I mean, to zoom in there. There's 12 p.m., there's 1 a.m., and there it goes into the Great Lakes. That's what the Euro suggestion is. So let's go back to like 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Let's look at the GFS. Here's your low. It's a little bit further to the north at this time. Then it starts to push a little bit further south. Here you go. This is tropical storm status at this point. As you can see here, it is a very similar track. It heads towards New Orleans there. Here's 6 p.m. Starts to continue off east. Seems like it's going to sustain tropical storm just by looking at this. Here's 60 miles an hour. Here's 8 o'clock, starts to gain strength. Hits right towards Lake Charles. I might have passed that a little bit. Yeah, it looks to be a tropical storm just from the GFS. And you can see it moves up to the north and east. And there it is at Little Rock. But you're still getting weak tropical depression winds, I should say, on Monday. Then it starts to fizzle out over Kansas City. Let's go to a different model. Let's take a look into the Canadian model here. As you can see here, what it used to be, it went from 6 in the Gulf and shoots up northeast there into the Carolinas there. But it's not showing that anymore. See here, here's your low just south of New Orleans, so it continues east. It seems like it's going to take a very similar track what the GFS is taking it. Very strong winds with that, though. And pushes up northeast, and look at all that rain there showing up around Alabama there. And it dies out into Tennessee and Kentucky there. I don't know what the winds are from there, but the isobarts does tell me it's going to be fairly windy there. Let's look at the tracks here. This is the model guidance, the spaghetti models here. So I'm going to make the area where the storm can go. That is way too big. Hold on. That is way too big. Let's back that down. So I think the track could be somewhere, well, the center of the storm, however, will be somewhere like right in here. Probably would be your best circle there. You know what? I'm going to make this look a little bit better. Kind of follow the pink one, then combine it with the others at the top, then follow this one. There you go. That's probably where the center of the storm can go. It can, and I think I do agree. So, couple models there. I think it'll die out when it reaches to southern Illinois, western Kentucky, western Tennessee, or northern Arkansas. In the sea there. Your intensity forecast here, go check the models wants to stay in tropical storm status. But a couple of those are going to go into Cat 1. It's what it seems to be. Now, I don't know if it's going to be going to Cat 1 or not. I think it tried to be, but I think we all know it's likely going to be a tropical storm. But Cat 1 is still a possibility there. And I think that could happen, but it is still possible here. You can see some models do actually linger as a strong tropical depression here by looking into that. Alright, here's my first tropical storm Barry forecast here. See here, tropical depression, 25 to 35 miles an hour. Tropical storm, 36 to 73. Cat 1, 74 to 95, Cat 2, 96 to 110, and so on forth. We do know it's going to be tropical depression and storm, so those are already at 100%. I'm giving it a chance for a Cat 1. It's only at a 60%, it's a little over 50. But I think we'll still have a chance of seeing that. The Euro's been continuing to show that. And it is the best model out there, so we're going to see. And also, the GFS got its upgrade for tropical stuff, and it can be better. Last year it done terrible, and I think it'll do better this year. And here we go. Here's the forecast here by large cities that everyone knows. But if you live nearby these cities here in like maybe like a 25-mile radius, this is pretty much your chance here. So we're going to start at Mobile, Alabama, giving it a 30% chance. This is getting hit by the center of a tropical system there. New Orleans, it's got the best chance out of the bunch, 65%. Houston, it's got 30. Lake Charles, Louisiana's got 55. Alexander, Louisiana's got 60. Lufkin, Texas, got 25. Shreveport, Louisiana, it's got 45. Jackson, Mississippi, it's got 35. Little Rock, Arkansas, it's got 25%. Memphis, Tennessee, it's got 20. Same thing for Grunda, Mississippi. In Nashville, Tennessee, and Paducah, Kentucky, both got 10%. Now that depends on if how far this is going to go, and we do not really know at this point of how far this is going to be going here. So yeah, and also do you have wind speed here, forecast map, I should say. You can see here, I'm giving a chance for Cat 1, that's going to be for like around New Orleans. If y'all remember, Category 1, it's 74 miles an hour to 95 there, which can cause quite a bit of tree damage, probably damage to some roofs. And you know what, I actually forgot to show y'all something. I always forget something, don't I? Rain accumulations. Here's the GFS suggestion. Looks to be the highest I see, at least on land, is looking to be 15 inches. That is a lot of rain. New Orleans could see 6.4, Alexandria, over 5, Lake Charles, 3 inches, Jackson, Mississippi, looking at 7. That is a lot of rain. Grunda, about 3 inches of rain. This is the Euro suggestion. You can see how far this can go. It can go into the lower Midwest and into the Ohio Valley. But you see, most of the rains actually look to be around New Orleans with nearly 21 inches of rain. That is a lot of rain for New Orleans. That could be pretty significant there. Storm surge, I don't think it's actually going to be too much of a problem. Here it could be 1 to 2 feet or 3, 4, could be a little bit more for storm surge. I don't think that won't be a much big problem. I think the main threats that everyone's got to watch is the rainfall totals. But you see how far it goes up north. 7 inches for Jackson, Grunda, 6, Memphis, 9 inches. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Paducah, that is somewhere in here. It could be 1 to 3 inches. Louisville, 4 inches of rain. Indianapolis, about 3 inches of rain. So it keeps on going. You can see it ends up at Pittsburgh there for the next 10 days. But things can change with rainfall totals. We're going to see. And people, y'all going to watch for chances of severe weather because this can spawn some tornadoes and severe weather, especially on the east side here, like Grunda, Mobile, Montgomery, Birmingham, Huntsville, Nashville, maybe even stretching into central Kentucky. Could see a chance of severe weather from the system here. It's only on the east side, not the west side of all things. So, yeah. And let's look into the CMC model. I'm actually interested to see what its rainfall totals is. And it's looking to be quite a bit of rain, actually. See around New Orleans, could see nearly 20 inches of rain, maybe even 2 feet of rain. That's a lot of rain. Central Alabama, very similar situation, but it's a little bit lower. You're talking about close to 20 inches of rain. You can see this stretches up into central Kentucky. Here, as you can see, by the major models, the global models, has a pretty good agreement on this where this thing can go. Looks like it can hit either between Lake Charles or it can hit right at New Orleans, and it seems like it can take a track and die out when it reaches into the state of Kentucky or Tennessee there. So yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Now back to the forecast here. You see I have tropical depression all the way into western Kentucky. I don't know how far this is going to be going, but that's probably how far that is going to be going. I think I can see this tropical depression expand into western Alabama, actually. Cat 1 looking to be around New Orleans. Tropical storm stretches all the way into Memphis, Tennessee. But I think that can be pushed a little bit further south. I think Memphis, Tennessee could be a tropical depression. But we're going to see. Wind forecasts like these tend to be pretty difficult during hurricanes. Especially on land, because they can either die out quickly or they can go on for a while. I mean, we've seen tropical systems come from like the Gulf all the way up to the northeast as a tropical depression. So it's pretty unpredictable what this thing gonna go. But there can be a Cat 1, so I've issued a potential Category 1 hurricane for Barry. So yeah, this is all good for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this Tropical Storm Barry update. If you did like this video, hit that like button. Let your family members know and neighbors. If y'all live in New Orleans, gotta keep an eye on this system here, or y'all can choose to evacuate somewhere else because the rainfall totals could be significant. You know, it could be potentially up to 2 feet. If you got any questions about this here, put in the comment section down below. If you did really like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification to never miss an upload. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.